Welcome and good morning to another week in my life. As you can see, I'm on the road again. I'm just on the train to the airport and something exciting is happening this week. Okay, so we just made it to Norway. We are close to Oslo, I think like 1 hour away or something, and just going to grab a quick lunch now before we are heading over to our apartment for the week. Apartment house, not sure yet. I will take you on the journey, so let's check it out, but look at this view. Okay, look at this. We just made it to our houses and it's really stunning. So actually we are close to I think it's the largest lake in Norway here. And we have two of these like amazing houses that are overlooking the sea. And so we will spend most of the weekend here and do some work on the current biggest challenges that we have personally. And yeah, super excited for that one. Most founders think the answer is speed. More hours, more grinding, more noise. But usually, that's just a distraction. I traveled to Oslo to stop moving, to sit in a room with entrepreneurs running billion-dollar companies. And you know what we realized? Your business can only grow as much as you do. We treat our businesses like machines, but we treat ourselves as afterthoughts. No support system, no outlet for stress, no one to tell the truth to. This is a recipe for burnout, not a legacy. If you want to build something that lasts, stop trying to carry it alone. Step away, reset, and get real with the people who get it. Good morning again. So yesterday was a super intense day here in Norway. I'm here with the Entrepreneurs Organization. So it's a group I'm meeting every single month. I was talking about it in an earlier video, but the core thesis here is that you as an entrepreneur, you obviously need to work on yourself in the first place, and you can look at your life in all different areas. So personal, family and friends, and business, and they are all somehow intertwined. But it's super hard to find other people that share experiences that have the same struggles that you have as an entrepreneur. So for example, you can talk to your friends and they can share their experiences, but they don't know how is it also in parallel running a business. One thing that we've been working on here a lot is inner work basically. So what are the things that move yourself inside, that are there for your character traits and all the things that they are doing. And it was quite interesting because I realized a couple of things that are also holding me back in the day-to-day business as an entrepreneur. So for example, what I'm always having struggles with to say no whenever an opportunity arises. So I'm sort of a yes sayer in some regards, and this can be inside the company, but this can also be with business partners, for example. And the reason for that is that obviously I want to feel as part of a group, or like humans in general want to do it. And there were some things in the past where I felt somewhat like an outsider, let's say. So this is where this yes saying is coming from. Now that I realize that this is coming from that specific event, I can work on it and actually try to get better at it. And realizing something is always the first step. So that's pretty cool. And also with this group, so different entrepreneurs, very different businesses, also different size, from a couple of people to thousands of people. I can ask them literally any question. And for me, one thing that I also want to take with me is to take a closer look at my calendar and see the things that I'm doing. Are they really the things that have the biggest lever for me and the company? So maybe it's not perfect if I do, for example, the cutting of the videos myself. I don't do it, but just as an example. So I just want to take a look at that one specifically. And then also it's super inspiring if they tell their stories and how they scale their companies. And I sometimes feel like our ambition is still too low and we can even push a little bit harder to get to our goals. So excited for the day today, and then also talking to Sina when I'm back and making the next plans. And yeah, it's also end of November, so that means the season is coming up for making plans for the new year also very soon. And I was already sneak peeking at my goals for this year. Some are going good, some are not going so good, but I will also do another video on that soon. So let's see what the day brings today. So the day full of workshops is done. Now, as you can see, I have my towel here, so we're going to the sauna and just reflecting a little bit on what was going on. And there's one cool idea that I wanted to bring out to you and tell you about. So we were using this strategy called board meeting, and let's say you have a big decision coming up, and there are different parts in you that have different opinions. For example, there could be fear, hey, should I really take this risk? Or there could be also some influence of like anger. And in the board meeting, you are the chairman. First of all, you are hearing all of your different parts talk about their priorities, their issues, and everything that they have to say. And if you do this very, very specifically, there's a lot to learn about this. And finally, you can sum it up and get an idea on where you're really standing. And I thought this is quite interesting because you can do the same, in all sorts of business context. So for example, there's a big decision, hey, should we open this new company? I can sit down and I can hear all the different arguments. So for example, there could be this fear that says, hey, don't do it, you might fail. But there also might be this curiosity, hey, what could it be like if you are actually doing it and it is successful? And so, yeah, just wanted to share this cool idea. Now going into the sauna. So let's check it out. And then later today, going to Oslo, getting some nice dinner. And then tomorrow morning, back to Berlin, back to work. All right, so we are at the airport and we are going home with that one very, very soon. It was a great weekend, and the group of people that I went with, so 8 other entrepreneurs, probably a couple of hundred of millions in revenue, was super, super inspirational, and I can always learn so much from them. So I can also only encourage you, get yourself a group of other entrepreneurs, share the learnings, share the mistakes that you are doing. It really brings you to the next level. Some specific things that I wanted to mention is, first of all, about hiring. And specifically now, as I'm thinking, okay, what's the next role that I want to hire over at Magyar? So hiring for people that really have the drive, but also the skills. And what they were basically saying is, when you hire the right person, one person can do the work of 5 or 10 people that are not a 100% fit. So what I want to do is be even more specific about the person that we need and only hire the best people in the team, because then hopefully also I can focus on the stuff that I'm really, really good at and the stuff that brings the most value for the company. So for me now, that means I need to think about someone to hire in the sales department, someone that can also take over the sales calls, and someone in the marketing department, maybe also that can support us on the lead generation front. Then second thing is about ambition. So all of the entrepreneurs here are crazy ambitious. Instead of thinking, okay, how can I generate 2 million in revenue or 1 million in profit? It's more about like, how can I build a company that is 50 million, 100 million, 1 billion in revenue? And it's crazy to see how different they think if you have also these ambitious goals. So you can't just go there and write all blog articles yourself if you want to build a company that's this huge. And then third element, also in combination with that, all of the people here are super, super impatient. Obviously, they want to have success quickly. But what I realized, a lot of the companies that are bigger, it just takes time. So instead of building a company in 2 years or something, to get to a certain state, it might take 5 years or 10 years. And also you shouldn't compare yourselves to the companies that are already around for 10 years or something. So now if I compare myself to a company and they have people doing podcasts, they have people doing video, they have people doing ads and everything, obviously we can't do the same for our company after just 2 years, and that's a big learning for me. So I want to be more patient, I want to focus more on the stuff that I'm super good at, and I want to bring more great people on board so that we can actually scale. And yeah, now I'm heading back to Berlin, back to work, and see you in the office next.